How's it going, everyone? Well, it's 2024 and 10 years of Rust has gone by. And yeah, their end of year, beginning of year, surviving the decade blog is up. And in the beginning here, it just kind of talks about everything they added in the last few years, all of the stats over all those years, and all that. And if you want to check it out, I think you should go ahead and give it a full read. But we're here to look at what's coming to Rust, right? That's what we're always here for. And there's not really anything to show you in game yet. But the February update is going to be the backpack update. That's right, backpacks are finally coming to Rust. And yeah, there can be new craftable attire. It allows you to carry more items. The backpack slot already exists in game. We have it for the parachute currently. So the cool news is we can go ahead and jump in and test it next week on staging. So look for a video next week with me, and I will be covering that with everything we can. Then, what is Rust going to do moving forward? And of course, if you're like me or anyone else who does this kind of deep diving into Rust, you're always watching the commits page. But like, really, what do they have, you know, in store? And I think this is all stuff that's really important. You should all give it a big read through yourself, word for word. But basically, they have a bunch of stuff in development, and what they're expecting to pump out in this next year is a good revamp on a lot of the monuments, such as Compound. Optional tutorial system added in for players, motorcycles, that's right, motorcycles, new vehicle, revamped server listings. Everyone really hates the server UI, it's always buggy and weird. They're working on it. The clan system's still coming, and there's still more new weapons planned. But another thing is a lot of people just aren't too happy with the world of Rust anymore, and they said they have multiple patches lined up for next year to make it more unique. And with that, they are thinking of creating more unique buildable areas such as canyons, lakes can make a return, and improving existing rivers, adding more generated caves, and additionally a new biome of some sort. So what do you guys think the new biome will be? Will it be something kind of like an arid biome? I mean, we already kind of have a desert. Would it be a jungle? I mean, that would be pretty cool. Or, I mean, we've seen some volcano stuff, but that was kind of its own map, which we'll touch on a little bit later here in a second. So, I don't know. What do you guys think the new biome might be? And for everyone that doesn't like the current cliffs, they're still working on that, and they're going to add in more rock formations. So hopefully we can see some kind of cool rock bases come back. That was always a fun thing, I think, for a lot of people. They also plan on working on things like sea-based monuments and how easy it is to kind of just control cargo ship and oil rig, and they're going to be working on that. One of the things that they're going to do is rework the harbors, and cargo ship is actually going to be docking at the harbors. So you could technically jump onto cargo without touching water, more or less. So, you know, they said this is just skimming the surface, but these are some big things that they already have planned to go into the works. And then the big thing everyone's always asking about performance, and you can kind of read through it here, but basically it's a strong focus for them, and they're going to continue with it as always. And global rendering is also another one of those things, and they're hoping to re-release that in March of this year. So hopefully that will come and help a lot of people with performance. All right, and one of the other things that you guys were asking me about were the Yootooz, and basically you can check them out now. They are in-game, and you basically get the little statues in-game and in real life. So there you go, it says Yootooz, and then, of course, if you poke them, the heads bobble. There you go. So, definitely fun. They are interactable. And, yeah, the head goes for a little while there. And basically, to get the Hazy one, you get the Hazy statue. And to get the Heavy, you get the Heavy. And the codes are supposed to be emailed to you, and then you redeem them at a website that they tell you to, which is right here on the screen with the rust.facepunch/redeem thing. And yeah, so there you go. These are actually also pre-orders. They don't actually ship the statues to you until June, it says. So expected delivery time is June, July, it says. So yeah, I don't know when we actually get the codes for these, if it's after buying or whatever. I did go ahead and grab these guys with some Christmas money I had. So, I don't know. I will find out when you guys find out, I guess. But there they are. They're definitely really cool, fun little things. Then pets is something that just really disappeared and didn't really go anywhere. And if you kind of read through what they're saying, basically they're just not happy with their AI. And literally in the blog, they say they are currently hiring an AI programmer. So if you are an AI programmer of some sort looking for a job, hey, they literally put a link right here in the dev blog. Hit them up. They are looking for that. Then here we go. I said we talked about that volcano map and alternate maps and so forth, and that's back to Nexus. And if you know what Nexus is, there's been tons of people talking about it over the time, but it's never really been something too much officially addressed by Rust. It's basically going to be their system that allows multiple servers to connect to each other, and you can travel between them through boat or air or whatever, drive your car up onto a ferry, that kind of thing. And, you know, this is a very big thing they've been working on for a long time. And they said that this would open up new possibilities for them, like having dedicated maps like an all-Arctic map, or maps with advanced AI and high-yielding resources with dangerous environments, maybe like storms and stuff like that. That's always been something they've talked about in the past. And, you know, that volcano island that they've worked on, you've seen in a few commits if you've seen some of my videos in the past. This would be one of those kind of things that would fit right into that. Now, they do still plan on launching Nexus this year, so this one isn't a pushback or, oh, no, we're not there yet. So that is cool news when they're ready, and they said there's still a lot of work ahead of them, but hey, it's still planned for this year. Nighttime. Everyone has always had something to say about nighttime, whether it bothered you or not. I think all of us have learned to push through it, but one way or another, it could definitely use some improvements. And they said they agree, and they're going to be doing some stuff working on it. If you still want to PvP at night, you're going to have to use flashlights and night vision, but they want to allow players to navigate around night more easily, and this is something they said they want to revisit early this year, so that's nice. Anti-cheat, again, it's going to be pretty much the basic thing they've always said is we're working on it, we're always working on it, we're working on it with our partners at EHC, and if we tell people about it, then it just makes it easier for the cheaters to cheat. So, you know, you can kind of read through that all if you want to. And then old content. So there's a lot of stuff that was on the roadmap but just didn't really see anything, so are they still going to be touching all this stuff? And they said here's some of the older stuff they didn't get to that they are still planning on knocking out soon. Older monument reworks and improvements, so you know they mentioned that earlier when we were talking about Compound and so forth. Continuing to make the meta changes to gunplay, who knows what that means. Softcore and hardcore game modes will get some improvements. Experiments with progression, whatever that means, we'll see. Improved AI, of course, they're hiring for that. Improvements to events, so that's nice. They already talked about kind of some changes to cargo ship. It'd be really nice to see some stuff to patrol helicopter and the launch site and Bradley and so forth. Patrol helicopter is just so easy to take down, and I don't know, I feel like it could be more fun somehow, but hey. One way or another, that's cool seeing that they're revisiting all that stuff. The actual world environment, which they kind of talked about, we covered up there. Underwater exploration is still something they very much want to work on, so that's cool that, you know, there's still plans for stuff down there. Missions are still something they're working on. And then they're basically going to be using their analytics and experimenting with new ways to get people to want to go out in PvP. So, there you go, everyone. That's pretty much the cover of what's coming up. So next week we'll go ahead and cover backpacks and so forth. There's a few little things that were, you know, improved here and there. Scrolling with description, ragdolls, map focus, and this and that. And then we also have the Trust in Rust coming up. It's going to be the 13th through the 20th, so don't miss that. I will have a video out, I believe, either tomorrow or Monday covering all the skins. And yeah, so you can check that out, but just remind you all that is coming up. So that does it, everyone. Thanks for watching, stay rusty, and once again, Happy New Year.